friends, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a 24-hour readathon, if you guys haven't noticed by the title, and that is just going to be me wrapping up the Vampire Academy series with The Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead. It is now currently Thursday. Yesterday was my last day of my current job, and then I took some PTO off to have Friday and Thursday off to be able to do the last couple of things for my new job that starts on Monday. Finished the last couple of things this morning. It's almost 11. So now I have the rest of the couple days. So I figured, why not do a 24-hour reading vlog and finish up the series that has been haunting me for the past few months now. Now I do have a couple of other things to do too. Today my boyfriend and I are going to a baseball game. Am I the biggest fan of my baseball team? No. So you might be asking, Therese, why are you going? Because my boyfriend's company is paying for it, and we have a suite. So it's a nice air-conditioned room right behind the home plate. We get food free to us, so might as well just try to enjoy the experience. But yeah, that'll be in the middle of my 24-hour readathon. And then I also have to set up my new bullet journal. I got a new one. Let me grab it. If you guys can see the cat tail, I have a cat, little Sherman, trying to cuddle with me because I don't think my cats expected me to be home. Because I left pretty early, so I think they just thought I went to work, and now they're here. They're like, oh my god, Mom. I'm like, Nico's over here. I know you can't see him, or is he? But I got a new bullet journal finally, because my old one is running out of space. It's a notebook therapy one, and I was like, I really wanted to get another notebook therapy one, but then none of their notebooks spoke out to me, so I ended up going back to an oldie but a goodie, and that is Archer and Olive. It's the 192. It's one of the last couple ones left of stock for this particular journal. It's the conservatory journal. It's very, very pretty. It's not fabric or suede, which I haven't used a non-fabric or suede cover since I think my days with the Dingbats journals, which I still love the Dingbats journals. I'll probably try to pick up the Dingbats journals again in the future for other journaling purposes, because I want to get I want to do a tarot journal or something like that. But so it's just a leather, which I wasn't expecting when I opened it. I was like, oh, different texture. But I gotta set that up because it's gonna be a brand new journal. And yeah, so I'll probably write a little bit over these next couple of days too, because I have a couple of oh, Pico. I have a couple of whips that I've been working on that I want to write a little bit more of, so we'll go from there. I haven't told you guys what the book is about. So The Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead is the last book in the Vampire Academy, the original Vampire Academy series. There's a spin-off which is the Bloodlines series, as you guys can tell here, which I think follow Sydney and I'm assuming Adrian, just because there's too big of characters to not have included toward the end of the book for them to not have a spin-off, is what I have learned from reading books with spin-offs. Lots of books with spin-offs. But this is a YA paranormal, I guess fantasy romance situation, following young Rose, who is a Dhampir, which is a breed of half vampire, half human guardian set to actually protect the royalty or the full-blooded vampires of Moroi. She is sworn to protect her best friend Lissa, who is the last of the Dragomir line, and we are here. This will be filled with spoilers since it is the very last book of the series. Some anger, as we have known from my last vlog with this book, where I'm very angry at Dimitri. But if you guys haven't read the series yet, or want to watch me go through the entire series, I will leave the playlist of my vlogs linked down below. I'll leave the first vlog link down below for you guys so you guys can see that. But yeah, let's just get into it. I don't think I'm gonna start my 24-hour readathon just quite yet. It is almost it is 11, and I was up pretty early, at 7:30, and drove down to the clinic to get my last couple of things done around 8, so I am a little pooped and hungry. I didn't have breakfast yet, don't tell my boyfriend. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably start at 1 with everything. I'm gonna take a quick little nap or at least like lay down and close my eyes for a minute and then eat something, and then we will get started on the 24-hour readathon. But I'm excited. Should be a fun time. You guys will probably also see me struggle making a magic ring during this vlog. I started this new crochet project because my last one was a complete bust, and it's supposed to be like a granny square tote bag, but I have learned that magic circles are the bane of my existence. It is now 12:42. I didn't get a chance to sleep. I somehow lost track of time. Like, I couldn't fall asleep, so I just kind of like chilled out and watched a bunch of TikToks, and I lost track of time. So the readathon's gonna start at 2 because my food's still heating up. Yeah. Oops. It's 4:30. I have barely had any reading done, and I'll tell you why. I turned the AC up because I was like, oh, it's a little toasty in the apartment right now. I was reading, and as soon as the AC comes on and the cold air hits me, I knock out. I knocked out, and I woke up and it was like 4 o'clock, and I was like, oh crap. So I read for a little bit, not a ton, not enough to really give you guys any explanations or any thoughts so far. Just that Queen Tatiana's dead. They're doing the procession of like the funeral. Rose is in jail. Dimitri's under house arrest essentially for trying to protect Rose. Adrian is drunk off his mind. And as they're going through the processions, the statues, I guess, blew up. So leaving with that. But now I'm gonna get ready for the baseball game. Since we are gonna be in a suite, I don't want to be wearing shorts or anything. I'll probably just wear like jeans and like a crop top or something. I'll figure it out. But yeah. So that's where I'm at. I'm just very confused. Very confused. So we'll find out where this goes. I will read more tonight. Oh my god. Like, if you guys, little fun fact about Therese. In the Philippines, where it was like humid all the time, we finally got an AC probably a couple years before I left for America, for the States, and we used the AC a lot during nap time. So anytime the AC is turned on, part of me just gets super comforted, and it's like inner child Therese is like, it's nap time, mother. So I have fallen asleep in classes before because it was so hot outside, and then inside it's super cold because ACs are blasting to make up for the fact it's like 100 degrees outside. So now anytime that I go to sleep, anytime it's like summertime or it's warm and the AC hops on and I'm like even like remotely comfortable, like I could be standing upright in a comfortable position and I'll probably knock out standing upright. So that's the thing. But yes, I'm gonna go get ready now. So now Friday morning. The first part of this 24-hour readathon was kind of a fail. There was the baseball team actually won. So I was actually somewhat invested in the game, so I didn't get a chance to read a ton. But I did read when I got home. I just couldn't stay up because I don't know why. Every time I do a 24-hour readathon, I always start getting a migraine. So I was having a migraine before I left for the game, and then the game happened, and there was like this huge, like those stadium lights that were like right in front, like they're not directly in front of the booth, but it was pointed at the booth, right where I was sitting, and I'm just like, oh god. So it is now like 8:30 on Friday. I'm like maybe a quarter of the way through the book as of right now. Rose and Dimitri are gonna go try to find Lissa's half sibling to help Lissa out, while Lissa and the others are trying to figure out how to free Rose's name, or yes, clear Rose's name. I'm gonna read some more today until 2. I have a feeling I can do it. I can finish the entire book in the next few hours, but I do have a call at 9:30 with my lead for the position that I took and go from there. So yeah, we will see. I'm just gonna go do the morning things and wash my face and all that stuff and just... No. No. Oh no. I'm not a vestibule for this. No. No. Okay. It's now about 10:30. I am about a quarter of the way through the book, I'd say. I've been reading since like 9:30. When I like cleaned for a little bit. The lighting was too bad in the morning for you guys to catch the fact that I was cleaning in the B-roll. It's fine. I was attacked by cats trying to read, and I had a phone call with my new supervisor, kind of lead situation, to talk about first day stuff. And then I started reading. There's not a lot that's happening quite yet. They're just trying to figure out like where to go. I think the latest lead that they found for Alyssa's younger brother or younger sibling is that Sonia Karp was a beneficiary on the account. What else? And that's just about it. And then we also learned that Alyssa can go through the process to being elected to be queen, but the problem is she doesn't have any family to like back her up when she passes the tests, which Victor is using as a moment to like get more time for Rose, like cause a disruption in the trial process, and maybe like while she's going through that to do this, get them time to find Rose's like the person who actually killed Tatiana. But again, there's not a ton. I don't have a lot of feelings quite yet. I'm still very iffy on Dimitri. Like I get it, I do, but sometimes I'm just like, Dimitri, please stop. Or maybe I'm like more of a third of the way through. So now they're looking for Sonia Karp because she was a beneficiary on the child's account. And Sonia, as we know from the first book, and I think from the 4th? Yeah. 5th? Something like that. Sonia is now a Strigoi, and she has been very hard to track down. Mikhail actually lost his position and is now like doing like back-end stuff because he spent a year trying to look for her and like maybe bring her back. Or, you know, put her down, kind of similarly to what Rose did with Dimitri in the 3rd or 4th book. But now I'm going to go back to reading, and I'll update you guys when I find out something that'll tug at my heartstrings or make me feel something. Because right now we just have a lot of Dimitri, Adrian, and Rose angst, and I'm just sitting here like, I love Adrian. He deserves the world, and I would like him to not be caught up in this mess. But here we are. So we'll find out how that works out. It is now 12:30. I have an hour and a half, and I'm about halfway through this book, and I'm not feeling it. I want to be playing Stardew Valley with a TV show in the back, or doing makeup for date night and the video that I need to film today, or taking a nap. Like, it's all just set up. Like right now we have like they have captured cat ear. They've captured Sonia Karp and have released her from the prison that is being Strigoi. Why is it always your butt? I think he made that very difficult for himself. Yeah. But they've released her from her hold of being a Strigoi because Robert, who is Viktor Dashkov's brother, helped free them because he like took the stake and like imbued it with spirit and went pah. And she's back. And now they're just kind of like low-key, high-key worried, or at least Victor pointed out to Rose that Sonia might not be the... My face is here. Thank you. That Sonia might not be the most thankful that she's no longer Strigoi, because unlike Dmitri, who was turned against his will, Sonia willingly became Strigoi because she couldn't handle the effects of spirit. So we're kind of at a loss here, and then Lissa's going through her trials, and the first trial was her like having to like read like riddles and like be resourceful to find like water and like shade from the sun, how to make a fire, and shade from the magically induced weather. It's just a lot of setup, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how this is gonna do where this is gonna go, because I like high-key, low-key have kind of lost the direction of the story, if I'm high-key, low-key being honest. Because, like, at first I thought I was going to be, like, fighting the Strigoi people and, like, you know, taking them down, protecting the Moroi, and then Tatiana got killed, and now I'm sitting here, like, well, we have this opportunity to end, like, the Strigoi forever with, like, the spirit users if we just train them enough. But then... Shush. But then, now I have to find Tatiana's killer, and I'm just like, wait a second. Like, when we brought back like Sonia and like kind of wrapped it around a little bit, I was just kind of sitting there like, wait, I'm missing some important part of the plot here, and my brain can't figure out what that is. So here we are now. But I am probably just gonna power through. I'll give you guys more updates. I know there hasn't been very B-roll-esque heavy, just because the yesterday was like, I read for like maybe 15 minutes and then fell asleep. Yeah. And then after that, I had the game that was like a couple hours, and then I had a migraine. This always happens when I do 24-hour readathons. I always get like a migraine in the middle of it. But thankfully I'm only reading one book for this 24-hour readathon. But again, it's just a lot of setup, and I don't know my feelings on it quite yet, because like now I have like halfway through the book and an hour to read through, and I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know if there's gonna be like a big battle, or if like it's just gonna have a happy ending and we're gonna leave the scary little Strigoi in the corner. They're going, me.
This boy is a tiny boy. He's a small boy. And yet he takes up so much room. He was initially on that end of the bed. And he takes up so much room, I end up rolling off the bed. Because he just scoots himself over to get closer to me. Small boy. Small boy. With a passive-aggressive tail.
So Jill is the missing Dragomir. Like, who could have seen that coming? The young girl who was introduced in the middle of the series and kept popping up is somehow a figure that we needed to keep track of. Who would have seen that coming? Not me. Not as if I had suggested it, I think, in the beginning of this vlog. So I guess now we know who are probably going to be included in the spin-off. It's going to be Jill, Sydney, and Adrian. Just because Adrian is, again, I love him too much, but he's not doing enough in the book for him to stay. Sydney, again, it's the same thing. I feel like her story kind of doesn't stop here. And Jill, because she is a missing Dragomir. Who would have thunk? Probably the most emotion that's been elicited out of me for this entire book since then. I'm not gonna lie. So there's this much left. It is now 1:30. I don't think I'm gonna finish in time. But I am gonna probably just push this past the 24-hour readathon situation, just because I had so many issues / nap times that occurred when the 24-hour readathon started. So it's gonna be a fail of a 24-hour readathon. But I will be done with this book shortly. Just not in 30 minutes. So maybe I shouldn't have thought things were going to happen to be super easy. So they found Jill, convinced her to go, and then I think the stepdad, Jill's stepdad, called the guardians on them. They separated. Then Victor and Robert kidnapped Emily. So things are going a little not so great right now. I don't really know what to feel, but I am going to take a break because officially now it's 2 o'clock, like in 2 minutes, and I still need to eat lunch. So I'm gonna just go ahead and heat myself up some ramen while I try to refresh my hair a little bit. So it doesn't look too bad, I don't think, but it definitely needs to be refreshed. Although I don't know if I'll be able to move because this cat's glaring at me like I'm not giving him all the love and attention he deserves. And the point remains proven. I got up to eat lunch, and he's taken up my entire side of the bed. Hi, Pico. I look insane because I literally just woke up. It's now Saturday morning. At this point, it's going to be almost a 48-hour readathon, but it's fine. But I'm at to the point where they're like gathered everyone. Adrian knows that Rose and Dimitri slept together. They have to reestablish a Dragomir line in the middle of everyone who both want them dead, who all want them dead because they're suspected for killing Tatiana. I'm stressed. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. What do I do with the fact Rose just got shot? What do I...
Ashes on the floor, love is away, come get it all. I told you before, leave it alone. Why you asking for more? Here we are alone, we're making the same old mistakes as before. You got what it takes, and I'm what you've been asking for. And when I come to think what after, every time I come your way.
A little bit of a floor update just because I don't feel like sitting in my bed. Like I've been sitting in my bed all weekend. But I finished the book. 5 out of 5 stars. I definitely was not expecting the twists and turns that it took. Oh, sorry, my contact is like not having it in my eye today. But I didn't expect the twists and turns that it would take at the very last second. I also didn't anticipate Adrian to call out Rose, rightfully so. That she fixed everyone's problems, but in the process created so much more new ones. But since it's her happy ending, she doesn't really have a place to necessarily like go off of. So that was a really nice touch that I liked, and it makes me want to read through the spin-off series because it very much left it open for interpretation. That Jill, Sydney, Adrian, and Eddie are kind of the whatchamajigger. The collateral damage that had to happen for Lissa, Christian, Dimitri, and Rose to get their happy endings and to get the things that they wanted, which was a really nice touch that I enjoyed. Like I said, a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the ending. I think it was kind of like a happy ending for almost everyone, with spin-off aside. This book like did a lot of setup in the first like couple chunks, and then again, as per Rochelle Mead, everything went to hell like at the very end, and then it wrapped up really nicely, and I really enjoyed it. I think all the endings pretty much suited the characters. I can't say that there was one that I didn't like or one that I felt like was a little weird. I like that the murderer, who ended up being Tasha Ozera, who is Christian's aunt who raised him, killed the queen, but didn't realize that killed the queen because she was unhappy about the fact that Moroi weren't fighting, that the Dampiers were being forced at a younger age to become guardians, and it was an accident, and she didn't realize that the queen had other plans for that she had other plans and wanted the world to become a better place. And I think that was an interesting take and plot twist to the overall thing of the story. probably one of my favorite series that I've read so far. Yeah, I had some issues with like I think the fourth and the fifth books that were mainly all just like setup, and we had nothing really to deal with the plot or anything. It was just like set up to like a bigger scheme. But I really did enjoy it, and I kind of am interested because they made such a big plot line about the fact that you can change Strigoi back. So I want to know if that will be part of that plot line in Bloodlines, or if we're going to end up seeing the aftermath of the fact that Robert is still out there after Victor had been killed, the fact that Jill is now a new Dragomir, and that poses a lot of questions. As long as she is still alive, Alyssa has a place, and if not, then she does not have a place. So I'm very intrigued to see where that goes. I also just want to know what's going to happen with the Adrian of it all, because Adrian, like, as much as he has his faults, he was a pretty decent guy, and he didn't deserve the plotline that he got with like being basically like the rebound and then not the rebound. So I'm interested to see what happens there. And I love Eddie, and I want to see how Eddie evolves as a character. So I'm very intrigued by that. But yeah, that is it for this almost 48-hour readathon. Did not go how I thought it was gonna go, but it's fine. We're here. But yeah, if you guys, I'll probably throw in some B-roll before this clip, just because I don't think I did a lot of B-roll for this 24-hour readathon. But if you guys like this content, hit like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which should be a review. Bye.